Hello. So I decided to come on, I'm actually dressed. Typically, I have the hat on, I am working out, I am walking, I'm sweaty, I'm gross, whatever. But a lot of times that's when I'm in thought, when I'm walking, when I'm doing those things, that's when I get into thought a lot. And then I come on and just start talking about what I'm thinking. Although right now I was just doing some work, but I was kind of thinking as well. So I have my son, right? I have a couple of sons actually, but um, so my son, he is graduating tomorrow. Uh, he's going to be, you know, he's been in the military and then he came home and then he was in the reserves and then he volunteered and then he went to overseas and he was overseas for about a year and then he came back and he recently got hired and he's going to be a police officer. So he is going to be graduating tomorrow. And today was family day, so I went over there and I got to see like what he was doing, what he's been doing, and like the trainings and the exercises and everything. And it was super cool. It was super cool. It's just, it made me think of like, when we have our children and we have them as infants and then we do the best we can to raise them and then they grow up and leave and then they become what they're going to become. And so it was like so cool for me to watch what he's becoming. And I don't know, it just made me feel like, where has the time gone? And all my boys, I'm proud of all of my boys, but this is just something that I was able to actually see in this family day, which was pretty cool. Most of our children, they get jobs and stuff. We just know what they do, but we don't actually get to physically go there and see it. So that was pretty cool. And I really like how they incorporate family into that, into the police department. It's just really, I like that actually. And I think it's really good. And it's a good support system to have for our officers who are seeing a lot of things, that are pretty traumatic. And so, anyways, and that is why they do that. And I think that's very important. But I'm going off topic here. So it just made me think a lot, though, about how when we have our family and we have our children and then we watch them grow up to be who they're going to be, and it's just super cool. And it's just, time goes by so fast. So if you're just barely starting out with your family or whatnot, but just value it, value the time and value everything and be proud. Be proud of no matter even what they do, how they are. I have a son that's a musician and an electrician. I have another son that's a father and he is like more into like business. And he got, but, and then I have another son that is in construction and he's working on trying to start his own business. And then I have others that they're still finishing school. They're in high school. So, anyways, it's just cool. It's cool to sit back and watch. It's awesome. Have a good night.